he gets his passport in one day in the middle of the Cold War.
Mm-hmm.
But he said, I could have put my name Santa Claus there. They still would have passed it. I thought I'd love to tell everybody about Lee's passport application here, because I'll show you some of the inside stuff that people never noticed all these years until I pointed them out. Now everybody, I say everybody, researchers know, but how they could have these things for 35 years, 45 years, and 50 years even. And I after 50 years, I had to point this out to them because they never saw it.
This passport document?
Yep. Oh, they knew about the document. They didn't look at it very closely.
Let's see. Lee Harvey Oswald, P.O. Box 30061, New Orleans,
Okay.
L.A., October 18th, 1939?
That's when he was born.
Oh, that's when he was born. Okay. 5'11", blah, blah, blah.
All right, wait a minute. I'm going to tell you about this, all right?
Okay.
See where it says 5'11"?
Yep.
All the documents having to do with the U.S. government that he filled out, even Marines, say 5'11", but he was only 5'9".
Really?
Yeah, it's that way because these
Short
it's
king.
No, they did that. David Ferry's the same way. He was 5'10", and it says that he's 5'11" on his. We have other documents showing that they always had they're always taller on their official documents when they're CIAs. At least all the files that were from 63.
Interesting.
Yeah. Now notice, please, I couldn't prove.
Oh, the passport was issued June 25th, 1963.
Well, when was it actually? When did he make the application?
When did he submit the application? Where am I looking? October, is it? No, that's not it.
Well, let me tell you, it is on the document, but without wasting time, he submitted it.
September 10th?
No. Get this. This is June 25 when he got it.
June 25th, 63.
He submitted this application on June 24.
Where is it on here?
Yeah. Yes, it's got to be. Let me see. It's got to be. Look on the other sheet. Look on the sheet, the black and white one here.
The black and white one?
That's the back of it.
This is the back of it. Okay.
Yeah. I'll point it out if.
Yeah, I can't find it. You can probably find it better.
Yeah, I'll have to show you. Hold on. Excuse me. Here it is down here. June 23rd. Look, down here is when it was applied. The application. See? June 23.
June 24, 1963. Passport issued June 25th, 1963.
Yeah, see? One day. 24 hours. They flew the man in. Now, notice there are two different... I couldn't prove this until we got it out in color. Finally came out in color like 2018 or something.
Okay.
Now, wait a minute. But notice, the color of the guy who signed the passport says Arthur Young. Hard to read the Young. You see the Young? But his actual name was Charles Thomas. That is kind of a joke. There was... The Arthur Young here is actually associated with Bell Helicopter and all that. That is kind of a joke. Now, there's more. Notice the colors, magenta ink. See it?
Yep.
Now, Lee said to me, CIA tells me what my occupation is going to be. Now, notice the occupation, what ink color it's written in.
Red?
All right, it's the same magenta red as the signature of the guy, the customs officer. Got it?
Got it.
Who filled it out, the occupation? Was it Lee?
No.
No, it was actually, this guy is a CIA officer, associated with customs, filled in photographer.
Photographer.
So Lee became a photographer according to CIA, okay? That's his official, all right. Now, he got this in one day, right? He had to turn in a passport that was covered with Soviet stamps. Bang, 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 bang from the Soviet Union.
He didn't even try to make the handwriting look similar to Lee's.
No, he didn't care. No. Not at all. Good observation. All right, but there's more. I went to look on that black and white one to see where he intended to go. This is a guy, a returned defector, supposedly hated the United States.
Yeah.
All right, look where he intends to go. You see the list? I'll point it out to you if you can't see.
Yeah, I can see it on the right, but it's hard to read.
I'll read it for you. Okay. All right. Not because I have good eyes, but because I have good memory, mostly. Right. All right, so we're talking about, it says at the top here, wow, this is really hard to read, you're right. I'll start at the bottom here. You've got All right. You've got England, France, Germany, Holland, USSR, Poland. Wait a minute. Poland belongs to USSR.
Right.
And USSR. How many? This guy wants to go back to USSR after turning in a passport full of stuff about the USSR. He gets his passport in one day. In the middle of the Cold War. Does that sound normal?
No.
No.
Not at all.
Not at all. Why did people, well, that was noticed, but what they didn't notice, it says here, it's hard to read on this, but Marina Prisakova is his wife. It says, when did you marry, but we have better, this copy's not so good, but we have better copies. It says, when did you marry her? It says, he filled it out April 31st, 1961. There is no April 31st. He put that on this passport application. It's a lie. There's only goes to April 30.
You think he did that on purpose, or do you think he did that by mistake?
No, he did it on purpose. I'll tell you why he did it. Now, this may sound funny, but he said, I could have put my name Santa Claus there, and they still would have passed it. It didn't matter what he put. Now, I'm going to go further, because they've taken this off the internet, but I do have the documents. But when he left USSR, he had to get extra money because he didn't have enough money.
Right. He was writing letters to them. Like, I remember he was writing lots of letters back and forth to, I think, Marina, actually, and telling her that, that he didn't like it there and he didn't have
No, all right. No, we're talking about he is married to Marina. He is living in the USSR with her, and he's trying to get a loan from the U.S. State Department.
I didn't think he was with her when he was there. I thought she was still back in New Orleans.
No, he married her. She's Russian. She's a Russian. He was forced to marry someone over there so he wouldn't get deported.
Oh.
So it's not a marriage made in heaven. All right, but he loved her good enough after, he chose her as far as that goes.
Okay.
But it was...
Who was he writing letters to then and sending them back to
his mother,
the US?
Marguerite. That's not Marina. Don't get them mixed up. It's easy to do.
Okay.
So, there are so many things I can tell you, but here's the bottom line, and it's important. He wants his baby to the United States, or little June. He's not going to lose his baby no matter what. That's a big embarrassment and what happened, he told me the Eisenhower administration had him, and when they transferred over to Kennedy, CIA hated Kennedy, and they didn't give him a lot of information. He lost a lot of his contacts because CIA did not follow up, and then he wanted to go back to the United States. He's worthless. He can't contact anybody.
Right.
So he asked to go back. So he goes, he risks his life. Without papers, went all the way to the U.S. Embassy. If they had found him, checked him on the train all the way there, they could have executed him.
Right.
That's how much he wanted to get back to the United States.
Right.
All right. And he wants his child. And he's not going to give up. Bobby Kennedy helped get him out. There's a lot of stuff you guys don't know. I've got the documents of so much of this stuff because I was able to pick up this stuff before because of certain names that they've lost track of important names and release stuff they shouldn't have, and then we can make the links, okay? And I knew the names, and these guys have forgotten. Like I say, one I've mentioned a lot, okay, is Raul Aparicio. They released hundreds of pages on him because they didn't realize how important he was. They forgot all about him. All right, it turns out to be very important to prove that Lee Oswald actually went to Mexico City. All right, now here we're talking about Lee Oswald trying to get out of the Soviet Union. He's got to have enough money to get his wife out and his child. So he asked for State Department loan. In small print, it says you have to be a bona fide, a good citizen of the United States to get this loan. So we had 6-page document, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 pages, okay? And they were on the internet, but since I mentioned it, they have scrubbed it, okay? But I've got the copies. They're too precious for me to bring with me because I don't know, But they were in the National Archives. A lot of this stuff has been filched. So here we have 6 pages. It says, Oswald, you make an application just like this passport application to fill out. And it all goes well, what he was. On page 5, what did you do for your employer in the Soviet Union? The entire page is blank. They still get some money.
Nice.
It's completely blank. Now, was he really pro-Soviet? When we're in New Orleans, he's pretending to be pro-Castro. We're not going to have a picture of a guy pretending to be pro-Castro with me who wants to go and kill Castro. Are you kidding?
Right.
It's the last thing you're going to do.
Right.
All right. But on the other hand, he's pretending to be pro-Castro, and that's how it's so easy to frame him. Yeah, he knew too much. He knew the inner workings. You understand that everybody I worked with was murdered. Murdered. Except Oxner, of course. All right.